Hi guys, and welcome to C++ MDAS operators using the basic arithmetic operator itself. Alright, let me show you guys how this works. Click on add, there we click on subtract, multiplication modulos, clear, no, clear, yes, exit, I'm going to say no. So you enter whatever character in here, the system will refuse it. Click on add, no, that is not allowed. However, you enter valid arithmetic operators or valid integer or float or double, whatever, select subtract, there we go. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual C++ development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to C++ tutorial of an MDAS calculator using basic arithmetic operators. So I'm going to click on create and let's select CLRMT project framework C++. If you don't have it there, all you need to do is change this drop down to C++ and your platform, change that to Windows, and scroll right down here. You should be able to locate the CLRMT project.net framework right here. There we go. Now click on that and click on next, and let's give our project a name. I'm going to call it CPP MD, let's say MDAS, and then click on create. Your development environment is ready now. So let's go to the Solution Explorer right here. Click on that and you see this icon here, the range. Right click on it and let's select, or just click on it, and that will open up this dialog. Now the next thing that you want to do is, you see this configuration manager, click on that and make sure the active solution platform is 64-bit. if you're using 64-bit, that is fine. So close, and then come right here, select the linker. Now select system. In there you see the subsystem. Let's change that to subsystem Windows. Right there, subsystem Windows. Now back to the linker again. Let's go to advanced, and you see where we have enter point. Let's change that, entry point, let's change that to main. There, click on apply and then click on OK. There we go. Once that is done, come back to your Solution Explorer here, right click on the name of your project, and let's select add new item, and this open up this dialog. All we want is, we want to use UI, or you can also use CLR. So select Windows Form. You see the name that you have in here, the default name is myform.h. I'm going to leave it as myform.h and click on add. The system should end up with an error now, because the form we won't be able to open the form just yet, just like I said. Now let's go to this forum to copy one line of code, some lines of code in here. Look at this very forum. I'm going to include that into my description area. That is where all the instruction is for how to create the form. So those are the instructions that I followed. Now the next thing we want to do now is, I'm going to select, you see these lines of code, I'm going to copy it all, copy, and I will then paste that very lines of code right inside my program here. So let's come back to my program, click on Solution Explorer. You see where we have myform.h CPP, double click on that. There we go. And right underneath here, paste that very line of code. There will be an error here. This error, that is just the name of my project that is required. So I'm going to enter CPP. There, that's the name of my project. Error should be gone now. There, that is fine. So we can save and let's click on run. There we go. That is the form. However, this very form, we don't have access to this form just yet. If I go to the Solution Explorer, the form is not there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this very project and close the project. There. Okay, we have a new project right there. So I'm going to click on it. It's now refreshed. And let's go to the Solution Explorer once it's ready. Right there, and that is my form. Double click on that very form, and there we go. That's the form right there. I'm going to close this. Now let's just extend the form that much. Yeah, that will do. And let's go straight to the toolbox here, and inside our very toolbox we're going to need a button, we need labels and combo box. Label. Now let's get hold of radio button. Okay, we need the radio button, label. Okay, we also need a text box. Double click on that, we get a text box there. Now I'm going to select this component, the 4 components: radio button, label, text box, and a button. And let's change this font size. So click on that, make that bold, and I'm going to make it about maybe 28. Yeah, that will do. Okay, so drag this here, and we need 2 of those, 2 text box. We have 2. Hold on to your control, click and drag, make sure it's selected though. And we have another text box here and a label. Alright, then for the radio buttons, let's do one thing. I'm going to copy it as well. Let's just come down here. Well, first of all, let's go back in here, grab a panel and just draw it there. There, that very panel. I'm going to change the appearance of that panel. Let's go to auto size. I'm going to make that true. Then the border style, I'm going to make that fixed. Oh, let's say fixed single. Alright, that's fine. Now grab this and just dump it in there. So click and drag to copy it around. Select it again, click and drag. We need just one more of that. And click and drag. Okay, for the buttons, let's create another panel here and make that border style. I'm going to make it fixed 3D as well. And grab this button, paste that in there, and just drag this. So we'll need about 3 of those buttons. And copy. We have 2, we have 3. Maybe increase the height of these buttons. Alright, for that very label there, let's change the details of that label to enter. First number, let's just put 1, the number. The second one is going to be enter second number. Let's pin this down. Enter second number, change this to second. And this last bit, let's change that to display result. There. As for these buttons, this one is going to be known as calculate, and the variable name, we change that to btn calculate. The next one here, that's going to be known as btn clear, and the text content on it will be known as clear. Bring it down, text property clear. Now for this variable thing, the text property will be exit, the variable name will be btn exit. There we go, all done. Alright, you see this text box here? Let's change that details to txt first number, txt, let's just say first, txt second, there we go. And this third one, that's a text box as well. I want to delete that. Let's change that to a label. Copy this, bring it there, and change the name of that to LBL display. Now let's change some more properties on it. Auto size, I'm going to make that false, and the back color I'm going to make it, let's select custom, make that white. Border style, let's make the border style fixed 3D, and it will look exactly like a text box. So scroll right down and get rid of the content that we have in there, the text content. Now we need to take care of this as well. That's going to be RB add. So that will be the text content. Let's call that addition, and the name is going to be RB add. And the next one here, let's change that to RB subtract, RB sub, and text name subtraction. We're gonna call this division, RB division here, or RB there. And let's call this multiplication, RB mod, and down here we just call that multiplication. Alright, so that is fine. And finally this one I'm going to change that to modulus, and the variable name RB mode. Alright, all done. Okay guys, let's take care of the coding now. So I'm going to start by double clicking on the exit, and right here that's the coding area, procedural area for the exit. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call the following. Let's say system is going to be column windows, and column forms, column dialog result. And I'm going to name my dialog result as I quit. There. So let's enter the following for I quit. I want to say I quit equals message box, message box dot show, that should be dash. Okay, no, that's column, it's a method. Column show, and the text content will be confirmed if you want to exit. There, that's my first argument. The second, enter a comma. The second argument is going to be the title, MDASD. That's my second argument. The next argument here, I'm going to call that message message box button, message box buttons dot yes or no. So that should be column, really, column, yes or no. So I'm going to enter a comma, come right down here. The next one is the next argument, number 4, will be message box icon right here, column, and the icon that I intend to use, let's just pick one of these, information, and end our system there. Now underneath here, let's use an if statement. If, make sure that your statement, your query is in a bracket or in a parenthesis, equals dialog result, and the result happens to be column, yes. So let's do this. We have an error, so I'm going to copy all of this. It's meant to be system Windows form. Paste that in here. Okay, that error should go. System Windows form equals this. So press enter and enter curly braces. Okay, let's correct this by entering the second column there. Alright, so in that case it's going to be application column exit, parentheses and semicolon. So that takes care of my exit. So I'm going to copy these lines of code of exit, and let's go back to our design here and double click on this clear, press enter and paste that in there. So the components I want to clear is going to be as follows. So txt text box. The reason why I have that in there is to prompt the user to confirm if they want to exit or not, if they want to clear or not. So that's the first one. So the next one is going to be the second one. So let's say txt second, paste, then lbl display, paste. Good. Now let's take care of the radio buttons. RB, add, that should be the dash. Let's see, we'll find out. Yeah, I think that might be right. Checked. That will be equals false. There, taken care of. So let's copy all of these and use it for the other one. So come right down here, RB sub, paste, RB, let's go for modulus, paste, RB mod, paste, and finally RB division, and just paste that in there. So these very lines of code you're looking at will take care of the clear, and this will reset. This takes care of the clear. This reset the old radio buttons. Now you see here it's still called quit. That's not good enough variable for this one, so let's change it to iClear. iClear here, iClear here, and iClear here as well. There we go. All the variables are taken care of. So this is my clear function taken care of. Now we can try it out. Let's run the project and see how that works. There we go. So let's enter whatever in here. Clear, no, and clear, yes. Exit, no. Exit, yes. That is fine. It's working fine. So finally, let's take care of the calculation. So this is the code for exit the codes for clear, and now for the calculation part of it, double click on the calculate. With the calculate, I'm going to declare two different data type variables. So this first one I'm going to call it double, and that is going to be, let's say, first number that you enter, comma, second one, comma, and result. There, as the first one. The next one is going to be integer, and I'm going to call that first mode. Right. Then the next one is going to be second mode, and the results. Okay, we use that same results there. There we go. So let's use try catch to handle whatever error that we might run into. Try. Okay. And underneath here, let's just sort that one out. That will be exception. So we can just call that exception EX. So exception EX, and enter. Alright, that should take care of that now. So come right down here, enter that in there. The exception, no, wrong spelling. Alright, that should do. Yeah, that's fine. So in there, the lines of code that I'm just going to enter in there is going to be, let's say this. I'm going to copy that. Message box show as follows. Paste that in here. So what I want you to generate an error message for me. So let's say EX, that will be dash arrow message. There, the message will officially come from the system. Why this is my title, and here let's change this one to OK. There we go. We can bring this one up, and this one is just information icon, or we can change it to an exclamation. There we go. Now here, let's take care of the calculation now. So since we have our data in here, since we've already declared our data, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to say the first, that will be equals. Let's convert whatever we have inside the text content to, I think that's going to be column. The first, okay, column, double, and what we're converting, that is meant to be, I'll take this one away, it's meant to be inside the curly braces. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, this is going to be txe first number dash text. So that's the first value. So whatever I have inside this text box is stored inside this first, the variable called first. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the second one. So variable called second. There, paste that in here. That is fine. And change this to second. Right, so we can now continue with the calculation. I've assigned the content to the variables. So now come in here using the if statement. If rb add dash checked equals true, in that case we want calculation to take place. So result here, paste the result here. Result equals first plus second plus second, and that's take care of that. Enter semicolon, and finally display the result into LBL display dash to text. However, we also need to convert to string character. Paste that in there, that will be string. And what are we converting to string? That is going to be the result. And there we go, end that there. So the very first one is taken care of. So if I run it now, this is what you see. It's coming up there. Select addition, enter value in there, and there we go. Supposing we enter invalid characters in there, click on addition, and this pops up telling you to get rid of that, and that's my exclamation mark. Input string was not in correct format. Click on OK. If I click on OK, I want it to clear this as well. So let's go back in here and look for a clear function. I'm going to grab all of this, then it will reset the whole lot. Let's go into the calculation here. Let's paste that in here. Once you click on OK, that will clear everything, and you start all over. Let's do that again. Coming up, and there we go. Now I'm going to enter invalid characters in here and select division. Clear. No, it's invalid. Click on that. You see that? Or I expect it to reset that. Check equals false. In here, check should be just equals, not equals. Take that out, and that should take care of that error. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to run it again. Run. Alright, enter whatever in here. Select. No. There. Okay, that's fine. And this is reset. Alright, so let's finish up with the calculation. So I've done the first one for the addition, so I'm just going to copy this. That would be for the subtraction. Now press enter. Use an else if it's sub, RB sub, then subtract. Do we have RB sub? Let's check out the name of the second one here. Check out the name of this. Come down here, properties. Oh, that was supposed to be sub. Okay, that error should be gone now. RB sub, that's fine. Okay, copy this, paste. Let's go for division, and this become division, and the next one, that will be mode, and this becomes modulus. Now in the case of modulus, something else need to happen here, so let's come in here and change this one to mult. We change that to multiplication. Alright, in the case of modulus, we need to use different format here. Paste that in there, and as for modulus, this is the character for modulus. It's going to give us an error because it does not recognize this. So since modulus always end up with an integer, so what we need to do is to change this to the variable that I declared in here. Okay, first modulus, second module. So I'm just going to come down here and change that to mode, and this is mode as well. Alright, but the other thing is the data in here, first mode and second mode, must take in the value from the text box, just like we have in here. Or I can just copy this, copy and paste it here, and just change this one to mode. Yeah, and change this one to mode as well. And those are the two operators that I'm going to use for my mode here. I can then declare this and delete that. So you see the error is gone. So if we run it now, click on run, and let's see. Oh, let's check out the error. What error was that? I think it's here somewhere. Double click on that. Sub. Yeah, change that to a B. Okay, there might be another one. Come down here. Where's the other one? Change that to a B as well. Okay. Now let's make sure it's all gone. Alright, because I renamed the radio button. Okay, let's have a look at the calculation again. Those are the variables that were declared. The variable declared were then initialized, and addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and this is the modulus here. There, and here this is just the error handler. Okay guys, so let's run it now. Click on run. No more error, so that's fine. It's coming up now. There we go. Enter value in here and whatever here as well. Okay, let's first of all get that modularized. Yeah, we have 1 left. That is correct. Addition, subtraction will be 1, division 1 point something, multiplication there. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of this beautiful C++ tutorial. Suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to this channel. This is my second channel. And with that, I'm just going to say bye for now. You all have a nice day.